G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the south side of the map, playing in the purple as the Malians, we've got Crackety here. And in the north of the map, playing as the Holy Roman Empire in pink, we've got Crackety there. No, it's not. It's Askazar, but you know, you gotta make that joke at least once in your life. You gotta let it flop once. Anyways, fellas, welcome to a casted game. We got a nice matchup for you guys today. It is a Holy Roman Empire versus the Malian. So new civ versus a classic civilization. Obviously, the Malians, very, very different from the Ottomans. Ottomans, I'd call more of, even though they're a new civ, I'd kind of call them a classic civilization, at least the way that they feel. They're very, Ottomans are just very Eurocentric, whereas the Malians, they're all over the place. They're kind of, they're like the Mongols, but on steroids. It gets really, really wild with them. But Crackety going to be opening up with just a little bit of a house boom. No real surprises there. You know, one thing I would say is, like, we often talk about the Malians against the Mongols, or like compare them, but can you imagine the Malians versus the Mongols? How difficult would this matchup be? Every single game, you would just open with, like, full spears directly and start sieging down all of these houses. How frustrating would that be? To be fair, I think in that matchup, you're probably just going to see all the Malian players just open with an early barracks and try and defend in that regard. And I think over time, Donzos are probably going to be way better than spears because they're as fast as a spear and they can throw their little things. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, Donzos are kind of broken if you think about it. But anyway, we can that's for another video. For the moment, we've got Askazar just buffing up the villagers. No real surprises here. It's going to be a single scout opening coming out for him. Over on the other side of the map, Crackety going to be doing a single scout as well. It's crazy for me to think that just that extra 5 seconds that the developers added onto the scout's training time. You remember it went from 20 seconds to 25 seconds? That single change basically just shifted the entire meta, and now everyone's like, nah, second scout, I don't want the second scout. It's too difficult. It hurts my build order too much. I'm not going to bother. You know, against every civilization except for the Rus, you don't go for a second scout. I've even seen, like, French versus Delhi, and they don't go for second scouts. At the pro level, by the way. A little bit of villager idle time here under the TC. The consequence of having them tucked in so closely, and also the fact that there's not a whole lot of sheep back here. He's only got a couple through, but now he's got the age up. Let's take a look and see. Probably going to have the, what's that landmark called? I always get it wrong. The quarry coming down. Moose's quarry coming down. Still yet to add in any houses around here. We'll double check over on the other side of the map and see how we've got Askazar coming through. Arkan Chapel spot right here, looking pretty decent. I don't think you'd go, you might be able to go here and try and push the deer in towards the Arkan a little bit. Let's see if he does that. Where does he go for? I think maybe you can, yeah, I think this actually isn't a bad spot on the Arkan. Now, we can't see the radius of it, but I'm rating this pretty high. I'm going to go, this might be an actual 9 out of 10, I think. It's pretty close to the juicer. This is very, very, very good. Hits the gold, should hit the wood line, hits the TC, and you can push the deer. That's a 9 out of 10. You know what? I'm almost tempted to call that a 10. That's a 10. Like, I'm taste testing the ice cream right now. Like, that's a 10. But over on the other side of the map, we do not have that landmark going down. It is going to be the Saharan trade network. I think is this the first time we've ever seen this landmark in a game ever? And now keep in mind, Crackety here is an incredibly good player. I'm talking like top 30. That's how good this guy is. Now, by the same token, Askazar, I'm pretty confident this guy's quite decent as well. I'm not sure what his rank is, but I would suspect matching up with Crackety, probably going to be close to that Conqueror ranking. So let's look, I'm going to make an assumption, even though my dad always told me don't assume because it makes an ass out of you and me. But hey, I can make dad jokes now. I'm a father. I'm allowed to make dad jokes. All right. Well, I'm, you know, leave it. I'm gonna forget it. But leave a comment down below on YouTube. Let me know what your best dad joke is, because I need to stock myself up with dad jokes. Now, let's talk a little bit about this landmark, because this is a landmark we don't see a lot. The Saharan Trade Network. So this makes all of your traders, when they pass through your toll outposts, they drop off food in addition to that gold. So obviously they get the gold as stock standard through the toll outpost, but then they also get food as well. And then the Saharan Trade Network also acts as a big outpost. It's got its arrow slits already, so he's protecting the berry bushes down here. But one of the key things about this map is that the the trade posts are guaranteed. You always know where your trade posts are going to be, and they're always going to be in the corners, which makes it really tempting to want to do this, even as the Ottomans. You know, I was talking about it in the last game with the Ottomans, that you never see them go for trade, but even on a map like this, I'd be tempted to throw a marker down here, put my little trade landmark like right here, and just send my traders up, get myself a decent little amount of income. But now we've got some walls coming up for Crackety. 5 minutes into the game, we've got walls. Villagers moving down to the south side as well. He's going to be dropping a market down. So I'll be explaining the market trick as I always do whenever we've got trade coming in. How does it work? What's the trick? So this is our home market. It's as far away from our trading post as possible. All the other markets we don't care about. We just want them as close to the trading post as possible. And then he's going to take these trading posts and he's going to click. He's going to right click on this market here. Well, sorry, he's going to take these markets and then he's going to right click on this market. And then he's going to shift click onto this trading post. And what that's going to do is it's going to set his home market. He can set his home market for the traders by doing that when they rally out. And what that's going to do is it's going to immediately send them to this trading post, and it's going to fill up their coffers with gold, ready to go back to the market over here. And essentially what that does is it cuts down your travel time for the first trip. The first trip only. Obviously for the subsequent trips, they're still going to be full distance, but that first trip, which is the hardest trip because it's the trip where you're not making your money yet. We can see, by the way, have a look how much money he's already got in the bank sitting there ready to roll. He's a man who's been stocked up. He's not even gathering gold. Has he even taken a cent off this bad boy? Let's see if I can select it. He's taken 10 gold off it. That's it. Walls continuing to come up. Interesting to note, he's not using the wood lines to actually pick up or to wall in. I suspect this might be because of a previous, you know, situation where he used the walls or used the wood lines as walls, and then, you know, somebody may have cut their way in. But we now see the first of the traders making their way across the map. It's going to be 173 gold coming out for him. About 7 minutes, so it's pretty late here. Compare this to a two town center boom, or, you know, a fast castle from the Holy Roman Empires, and we're barely even getting started over here. Wolf in the middle of the map, gonna get picked off. Fortunately, the villagers are paying attention today. And we witness now the first of the Saharan trade network looking to drop off gold and food. There's the 17 gold, the 17 food. Subsequent outposts are going to be dropping off 17 gold, and I think 8 food, maybe 9 food. It depends how they're feeling. Sometimes they're feeling good, sometimes they're feeling bad. But he's going to continue training up villagers for the moment, and the idea is that he'll want to add in 5 outposts, well, technically 4 outposts along the backside, because he's already got a 5th one right here. Now, remember that this toll outpost doesn't tax or doesn't give that toll unless you're carrying some gold. So we can see there that these guys are carrying gold and subsequently are being taxed, but Askars are now reaching through to the castle age. It's going to be, oh my lord, I didn't even realize it's the Burgrave Palace. Oh, okay, this is about to get interesting. Burgrave Palace coming out, so this is 100% an all-in. You don't go this landmark unless you're going all-in, so I guess he's just decided, I'm just going to fast castle and I'm going to go straight for the Burgrave. Now, is it a pretty decent spot, but we can see, actually, he will refresh these when he runs back in, so that's not even a big problem. Age up, or rather, the research coming through, so he's gone up to men-at-arms, and now on the other side of the map, Crackety going to be looking to go toe-to-toe with the scouts. Let's take a look and see what's happening down here. We've got a second pit mine that's come up. He's going to be looking to fill that one out. Nice little safe spot here behind the walls. He's done a great job walling up the entire map. He's safe and secure behind his walls. And I think that is indicative of his strategy. Obviously, he wants to go for this big trade boom, but trade is very weak when it comes to dealing with raids. It is so hard to deal with because you can make spearmen, but then the cavalry just runs away and goes and kills another trader. You can make your own horses, but then what if your enemy's got more horses or better horses or faster horses? It's always very difficult to be dealing with that. Whereas villagers, you can garrison them. Traders, it's a little bit harder. Technically, you can garrison them, but it's very, very difficult to do. But now that the trade network is really starting to build, we're in the 9-minute mark. He's up to 12 traders, so not a bad little amount of traders that he's got going out here. And you can see him just dropping in the food and the gold as he goes past each of these outposts. We've got 1, 2, 3. 4th one coming up, 5th one probably going to be coming down here in the valley. Otherwise, the alternative is that he just drops it right here. Make sure he's got perfect little coverage. But now we've got men-at-arms moving forward, and a couple of Lance Connect as well. Very smart to use the Lance Connect in here. So we can already see that it's going to be Musafari warriors coming out for Crackety. Now, the problem that he's going to have is dealing with the Lance Connects, because these guys do very well against men-at-arms, but not very well against the Lance Connect. I think he's going to need to drop an archery range down to deal with this. We do see him actually going for a mining camp on the stone. So it could be for arrow slits potentially. Could be maybe looking to fortify this position. To wait and see exactly what he does. But still over on the other side of the map, Askazar just going to be pumping out men-at-arms non-stop. He's not fussed about relics. He's not fussed about anything other than making plenty of bloody units. And look at him going across the map here. You can see he's dropping down some farms here. Yet to drop down a mill over on the berries. Got quite a distance. He failed to push or to herd all those deer. But now, men-at-arms turning their attention towards the pit mine. First of the toll outposts on the front line going to be coming up. Keep in mind, he's got plenty on the back line as I was looking to peek for them. But now, men-at-arms still going to be under attack. Crackety looking to defend. And that's the 5th toll outpost right there. So this one should technically tax. Yeah, taxes both of these. First out of 5. You can only go to 5. He loses the first. Still got men-at-arms on the way in. Villager count at the moment, or economic unit count, 61 versus... Oh my god, that's a huge difference. 61 versus 37? My lord, this early in the game? He's already basically double. He's already pretty much double the villager count. Now, obviously, these are traders, which mean they're actually much bigger than traders. If you were to do the math, if you were to say, all right, let's take one villager, put it on a gold mine for the same amount of time it takes a trader to go from here all the way out to here and then back, you'd probably find that the trader's worth about 2 villages. And then you throw in all the outposts, the toll outposts, and the Saharan trade network, and you're maybe looking at 3.5 villages potentially. That's a lot. So technically, right now, Crackety's sitting on, I would estimate, like the equivalent of 80 villages. That's kind of wild. And look at the economy. Look at the economy booming. He's going ham. He's not even 1,700. Look at the gold go. He's up to 1,900 gold a minute. He's absolutely popping off. But what do you do with this gold? Well, good thing you're playing the Malians, the civilization which absolutely loves gold. And good thing you've got plenty of markets to be doing your trading, because all that gold's going to need somewhere to go. Men-at-arms and Lange Connect yet to really penetrate through the defenses at this point. Crackety going to be holding on for dear life at the moment. We do see the Furimba garrison going to be coming up behind the town center, nice and safe. He's going to be looking to spam out those Musafadi warriors, but it's important that he gets out a couple of archers, I would say. And we do see stone walls coming down. Well, I don't know how I feel about that, Crackety. Stone walling in the feudal age. Breaking tournament rules, but hey, I'll allow it. It's technically it's a ladder game, and I don't even think it's going to matter. The men-at-arms look quite angry. They look quite angry as they make their way through that wall. Looks like the wall's probably going to get up. So, unfortunately for Askazar, he's going to have to head back in the opposite direction as that stone wall does indeed come up. Furimba garrison now about to be completed. And the villager count at 12 minutes and 30 seconds is 74 villagers. And we start to see the upgrades now. It's going for veteran Musafadi. I was going to call them Shotter Warriors from Age of Empires 3. They look so similar. Look at those little guys. About to get their upgrades. Now, he needs to pick off the Lange Connects here. He doesn't actually have any archers. Now picking up the blacksmith as well. That's definitely going to help him out. But we continue to see the line running through of men-at-arms. Actually going for heavy maces, which, if you think about it, actually does nothing against the Malians. They don't have an armored unit or a heavy unit. It does an extra 6 damage. Oh, actually, he's gone for axe. I take that back. I take that back. He's a man who knows what he's doing. He hasn't gone for heavy maces because they don't have a heavy unit. So what's the point? They don't have access to knights. They've only got the sofa, which is it's like a blend between the horseman and the knight. I think, you know what? I think it might actually be a heavy unit, even though it's only got 2 armor. But we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Crackety on the defense. Oh, look at the 3,000 gold a minute right now. 77 villages. Is he still training? He's still training he's still training these guys, but he just stopped now. What is our count of traders? 35 traders. He's got 35 traders behind this. As long as he survives this push, how can he lose this? And you can see he's just adding in more outposts. You definitely feel the hesitation coming in from Askazar. He's only got 5 Lange Connects in this mix at the moment. 41 villages. Relics are not being picked up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relics still out on the map in play. So he's not even interested in relics. Hasn't even trained another prelate to go out on the map and pick up relics even slowly. But definitely all in at this point. Was trying to take out the Malian play, but now we can see... Have we got a potential imperial age coming through? Is this an imperial age coming through? Now, one of the things to note, there's light melee infantry here, and you'd probably be thinking, all right, well, what if you make a single mangonel? If you make a single mangonel, well, mangonels do very well against ranged units, but they don't do particularly well against melee units. They don't have that bonus damage, but we do have the imperial age coming through. This is a fast imperial. Trade into fast imperial. Okay, now, I'm going to be real with you guys. This is working against Askazar. I don't know if this could work against a pro. Like, if I saw a game where it's up against a pro, then maybe it validates it. But at this point, like, Askar-Zar's just chilled out. He's kind of like, he's patrolled around the enemy base, kind of a bit like a bot. But we now have the Griot Bara coming in, which has got 3 unique techs. You've got Military Festival, which increases... What? Oh, he's done it. He's done the Military Festival. So that's going to be pumping out Military Festival. If we take a look now at here we see Military Festival. Military units are produced faster. How much does it do? 50% production speed. So that Farimba Garrison also affected here. It's going to be 11 seconds for every single Musafati warrior you've got. I don't even know if it also affects the upgrades as well. You can see he's struggling to build houses. He's got no wood. He's sitting on 3,500 gold a minute. Why not? But we've now got elite Musafati warriors. He's got 76 elite Musafati warriors. What do you even do against this? These guys do 16 damage with 15 versus heavy. They run as fast as a palace guard. Now, to be fair, they don't have any armor, but they're incredibly tanky. And now he's going for the Madrasa as well, using all of this gold. Oh my god, he's stealth. Oh, he's stealth right now. Oh my god, he's using all of the gold and funneling into upgrades. He's stealth. Oh my god, he's actually stealth. Oh, he got revealed. He got revealed by the Lance Connect. Lance Connect reveals it all. The jig is up right now. The Men-at-Arms going to be looking to close the gap here. Let's see if the Musafati warrior is going to be able to do it. He does a big split. We enter into the cinematic mode to witness the first of the Musafati warriors fighting against the Lance Connects and Men-at-Arms. They're just absolutely destroying the remaining units here from his opponent. The Holy Roman Empire just getting completely eaten alive. It is the fast Imperial coming out. We can see there's plenty of units that are just running in through the bases, and he's having an absolute field day. And I'm sure that there's going to be plenty more where that came from in the base. Indeed, there are so many units back here. This is looking absolutely crazy. How do you even deal with this? Askar-Zar now going to be running for his life. Villagers heading back towards that town center. We can see them trying their best to escape. He's got multiple groups of these Musafati warriors just running around the enemy base. He's in an Imperial age. Oh, and by the way, he's sitting on 3.2k gold a minute, non-stop coming through. And he's got the Griot Bara that's ready to pump out. At any point, he could do the Siege Festival as well. Siege Festival would actually... He's doing the Siege Festival! The Siege Festival allows him to break through any buildings that he needs to take down. Maybe he wants to focus down a landmark, potentially. And now he's just running around, just non-stop, just being annoying, like Palace Guards are. Villagers out here over on the east side of the map might potentially get found out. We can see a couple Men-at-Arms, or rather Lance Connects, gonna get cleaned up. He's done a decent job of cleaning up the base, but good game gonna get cold. And Krakeny here gonna be winning with the fast Imperial Malian trade strategy. Well, what do you guys reckon? Do you think this could actually stack up against a pro? Well, there's only one way to find out. Hopefully, he does it. Fellas, make sure you check him out. I'll leave a link in the description. You can catch him on Twitch. He's probably live right now.